Thursday, May 1st, 1941. In the Battle of Britain, the Germans begin a new wave of attacks against British cities. Liverpool and Birkenhead, on opposite banks of the River Mersey, endure a prolonged deluge of bombs that destroy their ports and result in the deaths of 3,000 people. For its part, the RAF sends waves of bombers to attack targets in Germany. The base at Kiel and industrial areas in Berlin and Hamburg are hit hardest. In Struthof-Nassweiler, in Alsace, France, the construction works for a new concentration camp are finished. Located near a quarry, the camp is meant to hold prisoners that will be used as forced labor. In New York, Admiral Adolphus Andrews, chief of the East Coast Naval District, declares during a speech in the Chamber of Commerce that the American fleet must be prepared to intervene to assure that convoys reach Britain safely. In Moscow, Stalin presides over the May Day parades while the German army is deployed along the western borders of Russia. In North Africa, in Tobruk, Libya, Allied soldiers repel the attacks of Rommel's forces that are again trying to break through the city's defensive lines. Friday, May 2nd. In Berlin, propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels tells foreign journalists that Britain will be defeated before the United States is able to intervene in the war. All remaining British troops leave Greece. More than 8,000 British soldiers are taken prisoner by the Germans in the Peloponnesian Peninsula. In Greenie, in the outskirts of Oslo, Norway, the Germans set up a jail for female convicts, which will later become a concentration camp for political prisoners. In North Africa, the Axis forces commanded by Rommel launch a full-scale attack against Tobruk, but are kept at bay by the city's defenders. In Iraq, 90 kilometers west of Baghdad, in the city of Habaniya, troops supporting the coup d'etat of nationalist leader Rashid Ali al-Ghalani surround the RAF base and demand an end to all activities. Vice Marshal Harry George Smart responds by launching an attack against the besieging troops. The British-Iraqi war is intensifying, and Churchill is determined not to lose the oil fields that supply the Allied army. From Tokyo, Soviet spy Richard Sorge informs his chiefs in Moscow that Hitler is set on attacking Russia as soon as possible. Saturday, May 3rd. In Athens, a huge parade of German and Italian troops takes place to celebrate the victory of the Axis powers. After the occupation of Yugoslavia, the Slovenian city of Ljubljana is annexed by Fascist Italy, in accordance with Mussolini's orders. In Iraq, the British undertake Operation Habforce, increasing the number of soldiers to stifle the uprising of the pro-German section of the army led by Rashid Ali. The oil fields of Mosul have been flooded and heavy fighting is taking place in the surroundings of the Habaniya Air Base. Across the country, the the Mujahideen encourage mosque congregations to wage a holy war against the invader. In North Africa, in Tobruk, Libya, the armies of Rommel managed to penetrate the western side of the Allied lines of defense. In East Africa, in the mountainous area of Amba Alaji in northern Abyssinia, Ethiopia, Italian troops led by the Duke of Aosta dig in and prepare to beat off the offensive of the British forces of General de Maine. The area being held is the Italians' last foothold in the region. Sunday, May 4th. In Berlin, speaking in the Reichstag, Adolf Hitler says the war in continental Europe is over. He states that Britain will be defeated despite American support, and ends by saying, "The National Socialist state will last 1,000 years." In Iraq, the 10th Indian Infantry Division and the Arab Legion, also known as the Iraqi Force, continue to relieve the British troops that have been pinned down in different places. In Habbaniyah, 4 Bristol Blenheim fighter planes and other aircraft begin bombing Iraqi forces besieging the city. In North Africa, Erwin Rommel considers his attacks against Tobruk a failure. He asks the General Staff of the Wehrmacht and the Italian Army for more troops, which, according to his calculations, must be comprised of 3 Army Corps, 5 armored and 7 motorized divisions, and 4 non-motorized divisions. The Desert Fox's requests are rejected. In East Africa, in Abyssinia, Ethiopia, the Second Battle of Amba Alaji begins between Italian and Commonwealth forces. Monday, May 5th. Hitler visits the battleship Bismarck, accompanied by Marshal Wilhelm Keitel and Admiral Gunther Lütjens. The Nazi leader stays on the ship for 4 hours, inspecting its equipment and facilities and chatting with the crew. In the Mediterranean, the Allied forces stationed on the Greek island of Crete in the Aegean Sea are one of Hitler's main targets. The position of the island, 500 kilometers from Alexandria and the Suez Canal, means it could become a serious threat to the British if it is taken by the Germans. For their part, the German commanders see the presence of enemy aircraft and soldiers on Crete as a threat to the Romanian oil fields. General Bernard Freyberg, the New Zealander in command of the Allied forces on the island, informs Churchill that he believes a German attempt to occupy it could be beaten off if more planes and tanks are sent. In Romania, the dictator Antonescu passes on to Berlin the information gathered by his intelligence service of Soviet troop movements from the east to west and Russian factories being moved to the interior of the country. In Moscow, Stalin tells cadets that the Soviet armed forces are ready to fight technologically superior armies, a clear warning to Germany. In East Africa, after 5 years in exile, Emperor Haile Selassie triumphantly returns to Addis Ababa, the capital of Abyssinia, Ethiopia. Tuesday, May 6th. On Crete, General Freyberg receives information from the British Secret Services on Operation Mercury, Merkur, the German plan to invade the island. Freyberg tells RAF commanders he needs more planes. He only has 36, of which no more than 18 are operational. In the Battle of Britain, waves of Luftwaffe aircraft bombed the cities of Glasgow, Plymouth, and Newcastle, causing devastating fires and hundreds of casualties. In Moscow, the Presidium of the Supreme Soviet named Stalin chairman of the Council of People's Commissariat in place of Vyacheslav Molotov, who becomes vice president and remains in charge of foreign affairs. In the Mediterranean, the first convoy leaves Gibraltar as part of Operation Tiger, heading for Egypt and Malta. 13 ships, escorted by several Royal Navy destroyers and cruisers, are carrying supplies and fuel, as well as 295 armored vehicles and 50 fighter planes to reinforce the Allied troops in North Africa. In the United States, the fighter plane Republic P-47 Thunderbolt takes to the air for the first time. It is considered to be the best single-engine American plane of the war. Secretary of War Henry Stimson announces that American warships will start to be used immediately to defend the convoys sailing to Britain.